Hi Ben, further to our conversation this morning regarding IronCAD, I thought I'd just send you this quick video regarding how you can create an auger using the application. So all I'm going to do here, I just go into IronCAD and I'll start a new scene, and I'm using 2020 at the moment. So on the right hand side you've got a series of catalogues, and obviously these come standard with the product. I haven't got all the catalogues open because there are quite a few, but I'm starting with the shapes catalogue here, and I'm just going to drag and drop a cylinder in from here. So just select the shape you want, like the cylinder, left mouse button, drag and drop it into the scene. So that's our basic part. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pick on the part itself, a couple of clicks, and I'm just going to change its diameter to say 120, like so. And I'll come on this one, the length, and I'll give it a length of 500, for example. So there we are, there's our basic shape. Down here you've got these buttons as well. At the moment we're set in perspective, so if I click on that little button there, we go into a normal isometric mode, like so. And now I need to actually create a path for the for this auger. So what I'm going to do, I'll go up to surface up here, the tab above the ribbon bar, and I'm going to select 3D curve, and in here we've got one called insert helix. I'll click that with my left mouse button, and I'll just drag and I'll drop to the center of the auger there, and I'll give it a height of 500, which is already set to 500. The initial pitch, I wanted it to be 5, so the way to achieve that, I'll say it's 500 divided by 5. In actual fact, let's make that 4 and just say OK. And just tab that across. So that's our pitch, and basically we'll have a basic radius of say 60 because it's got a diameter of 120, this shaft, and just say OK. And so at the moment that's the coil there. Now I can rotate this coil by just selecting F10 on the actual tri-ball. And what I'll do, I'll just pick on the axis I want to rotate about, which is that one there with the left mouse button. Right mouse click here, just drag it round, and I'll just move that to 90 degrees and just say apply and say OK. So there we've actually got our coil. Press F10 to get rid of the tri-ball and just click the green tick here. So now you can actually see we've actually got our coil going around this shaft. That'll be the path for the helix for this auger. And what I'll do, I'll just pick on this shaft here, and I'm just going to extend this a little bit. So I'll just move that here. So in actual fact we can see that our path is sort of set back from that front face. And I'm going to go to sketch, and I'm going to go 2D shape, and I'll say I want a 2D shape, plane on a face. So I'll just pick the geometry, which is that face there on the actual on the end of the shaft. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press F10 again to pick the actual the control point on this sketch, and I'm just going to say right mouse click over the center of that tri-ball, right mouse click, and let's move that to a point. And what I'll do, I'll just zoom in here, and I'm just going to put it on the end point of that helix, like so, and just press F10 again, and I'll just go back in. I didn't mean to finish the sketch. I'll just go back in there and edit the sketch again. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a 2-point line, and I'll just pick the point there where it intersects the curve, and I'll just put that I'll put that say somewhere like that, like so, and I'll finish that sketch. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to surface, and I'm going to go to let's go to feature, and I'll select sweep. I'm going to select sweep, and I'm going to create a new part, and the section is going to be that line there, and the path, I'll just clear that one there, clear that one, and I'll just select the path, and I want that one there, like so, and I'll just say OK. So effectively we've now got our path for our auger. And again I can trim this back if I wish, so I'll say OK, pick the end point of the shaft there and say move it to a point, and just pick that, let's put that point there, like so. So effectively we've now got our auger like so. And what you can do, because this is a surface at the moment, signified by this icon here, that's a part there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to feature and I'm going to select the thicken option. I'll pick a face, and let's pick that face there. And it's showing me this arrow here, which side it's going to thicken it. I'll say that's fine, and I'll say 5. Let's make that a little bit more. Maybe we'll make that 8, and just say OK. So effectively what we've done now, we've actually thickened that, like so. And again, if you want to bring this out further, you can just pick on this point here, move it to a point, and let's just basically pick that end point there. So there we are, we've got our auger, and that's how easy it is to create. So hopefully that's of some help with respect to basic sort of use of the software, especially with respect to your trial version, and I hope that's of some help, and I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks.